Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to another edition of This Brother Can Fly. And I really do mean I can fly! Okay, you see I'm tripping, but as you can see, I'm just excited because I get to fly again. 3 weeks in a row, baby. Yes, it's a record. I thought I was gonna do that last time, but you remember that video where the plane wouldn't start. But this time the plane started. We're gonna go. It's a good day to fly, a little windy. I think there's about a 5-knot crosswind across the runway, but we're gonna be good to go. But as usual, before we go, I want to give a big subscriber shout out to my newest subscriber, Brian Ford. Yo, B, what's up, baby boy? Hey, listen, little bro, I thank you for subscribing to your brother's channel. I really appreciate your support. I hope all is well in your life, with your wife, your daughter, all that good stuff. So anyway, hey, B, thanks for subscribing to the channel, and hopefully I get to see you sometime soon one day, man, because it'd really be good to chop it up and break bread with you, brother. All right, let's get this party started. Let's fly, baby. Let's fly, baby. Let's fly!
Any Foggles, are they with you here?
Oh, yeah, I need to get it in the bag. That's all right, no? So my wife was like, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, I want some Foggles. He was like, you want what? I was like, don't ask. Just here, go on Amazon, click on this, and pay for it.
What are they, like $10?
It's like $12.
It's a good present.
But I just know what they're called. So I tried to get them a little bit more sporty.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're not gonna look good no matter what. So. All right.
Okay.
Mainly because, as a private pilot student, you're required to have 3 hours of simulated instrument time.
Okay.
And out of the 40 hours that you're required, 3 of them has to be instrument time. So, why they do that is because instrument. It's what's called, this is called VFR or VMC conditions, right? Visual meteorological conditions.
Right.
And then the difference, the opposite of that is IMC, which is instrument meteorological conditions. So that's like you get into a cloud or something like that, right?
Yeah.
In theory, a lot of people who are not aware or like understand aviation that much and don't really think about it is that they see like a cloud and they don't think it the way I think about it is the most dangerous thing it could be in aviation.
Yeah.
All right. It's what kills most pilots, whether they're, most of the time they're usually not instrument rated or anything like that. They're just private pilots.
Right.
Or even instrument rated pilots, like in the case of,
my man. Yeah, that dude.
You know?
Yeah.
It's really the most dangerous thing you can get into. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take off whatever runway. I don't know what the winds are favoring. Probably 6. I don't know.
I've been seeing people
do
2-4. Yeah.
That's whatever. We'll go 2-4 then. Doesn't matter to me. And then you're gonna climb out, and then I'll take the controls.
Okay.
And then you'll put them on, and then you'll still continue to climb and stuff, but looking at these things.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Very good.
If you're comfortable with that right from the beginning, if not, we can just start from new level.
Okay.
And then. Yeah, let's do that. We'll start level. We're gonna do level at a 2,000 feet when we climb out.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you to put them on.
Okay.
And then you can stay level, climb, and then go from there. I don't want you to start from the climb.
So while I continue to do a lot of this pre-flight, I wanted to tell you that this flight is going to be all about instruments, and I'm going to be using these things called Foggles, Foggles. And basically what they do is they limit my ability to see outside the airplane. There's a small clear section at the bottom of each of the lenses on both the left and the right that allow me to see the instrument. So this is going to be the first time where I'm going to be flying with instruments only, and I gotta tell you, it is a completely different you know, sense of flying. I mean, removing the ability to see outside the plane completely changes your perspective, and you'll see throughout this flight how things go. But I got to tell you, there were definitely times where my body was completely lying to me. I thought we were doing something, and I looked at the instruments and it was a completely different set of circumstances. Now I just wanted to show this little bit of video of us taxiing to the runway because I just wanted to, you know, announce that I'm finally getting comfortable taxiing. I mean, believe it or not, something as simple as taxiing the plane to the runway was like such a scary thing. And so what you're seeing here is, if you look at the magnetic compass like you did in the last video, see that yellow line in front of us? That magnetic compass should be right on that yellow line. And one of the things that, you know, I'm definitely getting better at is taxiing. As you can see that, you know, I'm pretty good on the yellow line these days. I mean, there's a little bit of wavering. It just get used to, like, you know, steering something with your feet as opposed to steering it with your hands. And so I just wanted to put this small little piece of the taxiing video in here to show you that there's something I'm actually getting better at. I mean, I struggle with some stuff, but taxiing is something I'm definitely getting a lot more comfortable with. And, you know, I'm just thankful that, you know, parts of this journey shows that, you know, you keep practicing, you get better. So this was like one of my success components. So congratulations, Russ. Don't do that third person, that's weird.
Significantly fast. Not significantly, but that you see it, you'll notice it.
Gotcha.
Alright, you good? You go.
Wings field, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, taking runway 24 to the northwest. Wings.
And then I'll turn your lights on. Sorry. Just remember, like,
Okay, yeah.
I always like to just do everything checked
Gotcha.
right before takeoff, no matter what, even if we're doing like pattern work, just.
And as you see here, I'm starting to incorporate radio calls into my flying. And it is kind of nerve-wracking, but I'm really beginning to practice the cadence, the speech, what you say on the radio to alert the other airplanes in the area.
Alright, let's line up here. Let's see if we're good with the heading indicator. A little off. Alright, we're good. Alright, there you go. So we got a crosswind takeoff, so you want to start with this into the wind as much as possible.
Okay.
Go full power.
Right, full power.
And then as you're speeding up, slowly take it out. And you want to take off right at 55, wings level. And then you might need to put that wing correction right back in. So to slowly take it out, slowly. Now wings level, now pull back. Yep, pull back. And now maybe drop that wing a little bit, add that. So you could get a nice crab into the wind. So we still want to take off and stay on this heading, you know?
Okay.
Same idea. It wasn't bad, it's a weak wind. All good. Just, yeah, we're gonna climb up to 1200 and turn to this heading. Use the heading bug too.
So I just wanted to point out a couple things just real quick before we get into this Foggles flight. So as you see there, that takeoff wasn't too bad. And the reason why we had to turn the yoke so far to the right is because we were taking off into a right crosswind. So you have to correct the wings even before you take off for that crosswind, or else you'll get blown off the runway. So that was the first thing. And then you saw the Foggles in my CFI's hand. So you'll see those more as we get into the flight. Okay, so you're gonna see me start to do this Foggles flight. So what's gonna happen is my CFI is going to take over controls of the airplane, and I'm gonna put on these weird looking Foggles. And like I said before, it's gonna limit the amount that I can see out of the plane. So I'm not gonna narrate as much, so you can hear what my CFI is saying to me as I go through this instrument flight.
Yeah, right to the bottom of the green.
Linden, Oscar, gonna lift base, turning final, 27 Linden. Service traffic, Cessna 182.
It's tough. It's gonna be tough. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And like for this, for this instrument stuff too, we're not expecting you to be like a instrument rated, you know, like perfectly on your altitudes, perfectly on your headings, right? I just want to see that you could still control the plane,
Right.
you know, by reference only to the instruments.
Gotcha.
All right. So don't get disheartened if you're like going 100 feet high, 120 feet low, or
Right.
off your headings. Not a problem. Now you could strive to be perfect, right?
Right. And that's what I will be doing.
All right, you're ready. Here you go. Here's this. My controls.
Your controls.
Trip nicely though. All right, get like used to it if you want.
Okay.
They're like looking at all the instruments. Get your like flow of looking at things going.
Get this on too.
Oh, the noise canceling.
Yep. I was wondering, like, why is it so noisy? Okay, there. Yes, Lord. Okay.
Alright. You ready?
Yep.
Your controls?
My controls.
Alright, so let's try and stay level here at 2000 for a little bit. Bird. Sorry. And I got the traffic and everything, don't worry about anything.
Okay.
That was a big bird. Alright. Keep those eyes moving, alright? Keep those eyes moving. Okay? Alright, so now what I want you to do is give me like a climb up to 3,500 if you can.
Okay.
Full power. Get that pitch up a little bit. Now you're really looking at an airspeed too. You know, you're looking for a vertical speed and then an airspeed, right?
Yeah.
What speed do we usually want to climb at?
About 95, 100.
90 is good. 90 is good. Yep. So if you see yourself a little too fast, you pitch up a little bit more, right?
Yep.
So we're a little too low, right? Look at this horizon.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I saw you were probably looking up here. You were
Right.
focused on that, right?
Right.
So eyes gotta be moving. That's a lot to take in.
All right, we're going up to 3 or 35?
35, please.
Okay.
Service traffic, Cessna to Mike Linden is
Good.
flying.
Good. You're on that heading. Try to stay on this 330 heading as best you can.
Dakota is on a 3-mile final for runway 30, full stop, Somerset. Civil traffic, Skyhawk, 2 Lima Papa, 5
Wind
miles
speed.
northeast,
Good.
northeast,
Airspeed is dropping.
But don't bring it too down, right?
Okay.
There's small corrections at that point, you know?
Right.
Small, because look at this right
Yeah,
now. Right?
yeah,
We're
yeah.
nice and level. And now you see this is coming down. You're not
Yeah.
really climbing anymore.
Yep.
Turn base to final, 35 yards.
But also remember, look at the heading while you're
Yeah.
doing these things. Good. And then when you're approaching, it's the same idea as before.
Pitch power. All right, let's do a pitch.
Plane right on the horizon.
And a wide right base for runway
Power.
4. Sunset traffic, Dakota's on a 2-mile final for runway 30, full stop, Sunset.
And if you need to trim, you trim. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Great. Great job. Now let's stay here for a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, make sure you stay right at 3,500. Those little corrections, right? We can't really see that well. You can get kind of on the horizon, but you can't really see like a little deviation. So you want to kind of look at these two really to see if you're really staying level,
Gotcha.
you know?
Right. Okay, now I'm climbing. All right, let's get this leveled out here. Coordinate, step on that ball.
Good.
All right, I'm on my heading.
Northeast, circle land, 32.
Attitude is good.
I know your eyes are moving because I know we're not losing sight of one thing or the other, right?
Coordinate, a little bit of rudder. Oh, going down again.
It's fine. No, that's where if you want to trim, if you're trimmed really well, you should be okay. But I can help you see if you're trimmed or anything like that. I think your trim is relatively okay.
In case you're wondering, yes, this is very hard. It's windy and I can't see. This is very, very hard.
Good. Very good.
Hello, traffic.
All right.
Skyhawk 582 Lima Papa. Right. Down.
How about you give me a level turn to that heading?
Okay.
Go 050.
London traffic, Cherokee's approaching from the west, approximately 4 miles to the west of the fuel again, track 45, left downwind to 2711.
Really, the best way to turn is don't turn anymore. Put this wing right on that bar right there, and that's like that's like a technically what's called a standard turn.
Gotcha.
It's technically not, but we'll talk about it more. You have to calculate. So in instrument flying, you want every turn is supposed to be what's called standard rate turns.
Gotcha.
So you're supposed to calculate that on the ground usually based on your plane. It tells you how many degrees of bank is a standard rate turn, and every turn you make is going to be that degree.
Gotcha. Going down.
Okay. You're doing a great job.
Alright. I think I'm back where I need to be. On my heading. Down again. Alright. Alright, should be good. On the horizon. Airspeed is decent. Off. Alright.
So at this point, I'm beginning to really get into a rhythm, but you can't see it, but my eyes are all over the place. And I'm concentrating on these instruments so hard, and I begin to get a little mentally fatigued, so it's tough.
Coordinated.
That's time to find energy, clear down.
Good. Alright, give me another level turn to left turn to 300.
300 left turn.
And each turn is so tough because all I can see is my turn coordinator and my heading coordinator, and that's it. Tough.
London traffic, Cherokee's entering 45, left downwind to 27 left. Penridge traffic by Blind Patrol 4 east, I'll be passing north of the airport westbound. Penridge. Penridge 4287 Quebec initiating taxi for...
So that's the flight with the Foggles, and I gotta tell you, man, it was absolutely exhausting because there's just so much going on in terms of you can't really see, but your body is sending you all these weird sensations to your, and your brain is telling you, you know, you're falling, you're climbing, you're flying sideways. I mean, it is very confusing in terms of the signals you get and you can't see, and you're looking at these instruments and they're changing constantly, so it was tough. So now we're coming up for landing. You're going to hear me fumble my radio calls.
As you're turning, give them a call.
Okay. Wingsfield, Quebec, Cessna 901, Quebec Sierra turning downwind, left downwind for runway 24 wings.
Left base, 32. Right on traffic, Cherokee tuning left final runway 18, right on traffic.
Good. So you remember how to configure and everything, right?
Yeah, so power to 15.
Not yet, not yet. So when you beam the numbers.
Okay, oh, that's right. That 45?
24, right? And then 45 is when you turn.
Okay.
So configure now. Carby goes first on.
Okay, Carby go first.
And 1500 RPM.
1500.
10 degrees of flaps. So we descended a little bit while we were doing that, but it's okay. Let that nose come down now. Let that nose come.
Cross traffic, Cessna on the left downwind, runway 32, cross traffic.
That nose come down. And now you're looking for 45 degrees. So this is a little too steep down.
Okay.
45 degrees from that number is when you want to
turn base.
Turn base. So right about now.
Wingsfield, Cessna 91, Quebec Sierra, turning base for runway 24 wings.
Good. And then when you get on base, you want to put flaps 20 in. Check your speed, make sure you're in the white arc.
So not there.
Take a little bit of power out. We're going to be a little high, so take a layout good. And now add the flaps. And let that nose come down the whole time.
Come on, traffic, Cessna, left base, right 22 allowance.
Good. Now start turning final.
Wingsfield, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra turning final for runway 24 wings.
Give it like a kick of power, especially when you turn doing this turn.
Okay.
Now you can add all the flaps in.
All the flaps.
We're set up nicely. Let that nose come down, aiming right 2-4. Take a tiny bit of power out. That's it, tiny. Just a tiny bit. To be a little fast. So we got a little wind coming in from our right.
Okay.
So in reality, the best thing you want to do with a crosswind is put the ailerons. It's not going to be strong enough, but ailerons into the wind and opposite rudder to maintain the center line. But we don't really need that much because it's a light wind. All right. So aiming point is good so far. Speed is a little fast, but it's okay. Now slowly start walking the power out to idle. Transitioning, eyes down the runway. Start pulling back. Too much of a pullback, right? But now start pulling back, start pulling back, start pulling back. Oh. Alright. So it's you gotta really be careful there, right?
Yeah.
Pull back too early and then you start
ballooning.
But if you don't pull back enough, you'll hit the ground too fast.
Yeah,
right?
right.
I'd probably prefer the first one rather than the second one. So,
yeah, I don't mind floating up a little bit.
Alright, yep, follow the yellow line. We'll do one more.
I'm going to edit out the next takeoff and landing for time, because I don't want to spend too much time in these videos. I want to give you a good flavor. But one of the things I will say is that was my first full-on landing. Like, I did it soup to nuts. I mean, my CFI was on the controls with me. But I pretty much did that landing, and it wasn't as scary as the last time. I mean, I still did this thing called a balloon, where you're coming down towards the landing strip and the runway, and you kind of bounce almost. So, but I'll get it next time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That flight beat me the hell up. At one point, so if you didn't catch, that flight had Foggles in it. Foggles. So foggy goggles, Foggles. So basically what it does is it limits your sight so you can only see the instruments. You can't see outside the plane. Well, I don't know if you remember in the video when he was doing all his flying around like that. Yo, brother's stomach is on tilt right now. I'm telling you, man, it was a little iffy. And then the landings were a little rough just because of the bouncing and stuff. So, but you know what? It's awesome. I learned something new every day. That's the whole point. What have you learned new today? If you haven't learned something new today, make a promise to yourself that tomorrow you will learn something new. I mean, it just makes life that much sweeter. Life can be sweet, but it's definitely sweeter when you're learning something new. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here. Try to recover. Might need a little Pepto-Bismol or something to settle a brother's stomach, but I'm still happy. I'd rather be sick and haven't flown than feel good and not fly at all. All right, so take care. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed so far, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely really appreciate it. Take care. Russ is out. Deuces. Live large.